Hello and welcome to the new episode of Let's Talk About the Football from last weekend. This is episode 6, if I'm correct. 6, I think. It's lucky number 6, as they say. It's been a fantastic week of football. Everyone has really enjoyed it, according to X, formerly known as Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook. Been checking Facebook and people seem to be really digging what's happened this weekend. Here we are. We're going to depack it, unpack it, unpack it, and talk about the football from last weekend. Okay, Lionade, first of all. Do the bit for Lionade. Introducing Lionade, the bold, invigorating drink that roars with flavour, packed with zesty citrus and a powerful energy boost. It's the perfect fuel for those who dare to conquer the day. Unleash your inner beast with every sip. Lionade, energy, strength, domination. Drink the roar. I've been on the Lionade again today. Started quite early. I was speaking to my therapist about the effects of the Lionade, and they seem to think that it is giving me an increased sense of self and an increased belief that I am a very important person, which is good in terms of self-esteem, because my self-esteem is quite low, but not great if you are, going about your day-to-day business. Nothing, against Lionade. Everyone's different. Some people feel the effects. I just can't stop. I'm joined this week by Martin Hudson to discuss this week's football action. Martin.
Yeah, good to hear you, Jamie. That Lionade certainly is addictive. They should probably put that on the front of the can, I think. And obviously, I'm still looking for a sponsor, an ethical sponsor, preferably. Well, any'll do. But I'm expecting one as well, because the impressions have been going down a treat, and I assume. And as you know, Jamie, I've been making for years now pilots for our channel, and they've tended to be overlooked, but I've got a new one, so I'm going to pitch it to you. This one's a killer. Okay. So it's a sitcom about white people who become friends with black people, and they just feel sort of awkward around them and don't know how to act and make all manner of faux pas, and really it just sort of writes itself after that.
Who are you going to cast as a black person? Because you don't know any, do you?
I do.
Who?
Des.
Des?
Yep.
Who's Des?
It'll be fine. Look, I mean, for instance, I'm doing nights at a call centre at the moment, and I'm on fist-bumping terms with a few of them, so they'll be glad of the money. And that's not an assumption, by the way, because they do. I happen to know that they've been looking for overtime, so... How do you know that? Now who's the racist? And I'm not saying that was racist or any of that.
Do the black people in these scenes patiently listen as the white people crumble and dig themselves into deeper holes?
They do, actually. How do you know that?
Just a guess.
At the moment, it's just an idea, and it's such a strong idea.
You need more than an idea. You need more than an idea. An idea is good. I've been told that an idea's man in the past. But the difference is I follow through with it. Look at this podcast, for example. I had the idea, I started making it. You've had an idea, and it's just an idea.
Okay, listen, this is another one. So this is a drama, and I haven't really thought exactly about how this comes about, right. But somehow humans suddenly acquire the genetics of bees, and there's this inevitable chaos that ensues when the humans start flying around and they begin stinging each other. And I mean, listen, you can imagine the implications that has, right? So that is a 6-season Netflix idea right there.
I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's good for the
Thank
channel
you.
because it means more content. It means more people might click on it if I put the right hashtags. Sorry, I'm just a bit... Just had a
Frazzled.
bit of a shit week and... yeah, frazzled, yeah. Okay. Bit of a name for the bee thing. Behave.
If it will help get the show commissioned, then I'm absolutely, yeah. Whatever you say.
Queen bee. Honey.
That's that is getting away from.
Just call it honey. People tune in for honey. Who doesn't like honey?
Let's put that as a working title, and then after it's produced, we can revisit it. You know, just in case it's not suitable.
Right. Let's crack on. So it's been a fantastic weekend of football. Nottingham Forest kicked us off at the City Ground. 12:30 kick-off. Those games are supposed to be boring. This wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously Forest were enthused, and you just want to load them with credit, you know, in very much the same way you'd load your nephew's birthday card with credit just to compensate for not being part of their life. But you have to remind them that this was only Manchester City. Pep Guardiola just left spitting relentlessly on the sideline, and I don't know how he stores so much phlegm in that lithe body, but he does, and it's to his credit. It's fucking vulgar.
Maybe if he was trapped in a forest, then he could eat his own spit. I mean, he wouldn't have to worry about foraging for water.
Well, he is always one step ahead of the game, except for this year.
Well, he's just got divorced, hasn't he? Brighton 2, Fulham 1. Brighton, lovely Brighton. Love a jolly by the seaside. Eating chips. Wonderful. Brighton 1, up to 6th.
Yeah, and
Come in quicker.
Sorry. Can we mention that it was a hecker of a header? I have to say straight away, I was watching Match of the Day last night, just waiting for Lineker to say that, because you can usually predict what Lineker's thinking. You know, for instance, he probably thinks Afterlife by Ricky Gervais is profound, and Kasabian are a groundbreaking rock and roll act. But for all his weedy opinions, it was actually Joe Hart that stole it from under his nose, and that pissed me off.
Yeah, honestly, I fell asleep listening to Joe Hart analyse a game a bit ago. And I don't know why he's there, because he's got such a boring voice.
Yeah, and he's got especially bad hair, hasn't he? I mean, how did he land that wash and go gig?
I don't know. One of life's mysteries.
Yeah. I mean, what next? What Audible hire him for children's adventure books? I mean, because of his drony voice. Like, why would he be hired to?
Yeah, I think everyone got that. Crystal Palace, the pod's second favourite team. 1-0 at home. Another win for the mighty Palace. They trampled over the Tractor Boys. Tractor Boys trying to tractor and dig up all the relegation woe. But they weren't able to do that, and they lost.
Yeah, didn't see it. Didn't see it. I was out trying to buy a shovel, and you wouldn't believe how hard it is to find a shovel unless you want to remortgage your house and get one from B&Q. Good opportunity maybe to ask you, Jamie, what was your analysis?
Well, I don't call... you have that thing about a spade and a shovel, don't you? I prefer to call it an omnidirectional Earth redeployment tool. Maybe if you were asking for something like that, you would have found one a bit quicker. Just put an ad up on Facebook Marketplace, something like that. Just say, looking for an omnidirectional Earth redeployment tool. And then they come to you. So if they insist you go to them, say, nope, I'm not moving. Come to me. I didn't actually watch any of the games this weekend. As I said, I had a bit of a difficult weekend at home. Haven't slept for a few days.
Do you want to talk about that? We could make a sort of second pod, third pod.
That I think that would help. My therapist has said that, you know, it's good to talk. Problem shared is a problem halved. And the points were halved at Wolves Everton, which we'll talk about later. But next up, Liverpool 3-1 against Southampton. The mighty Liverpool with another fucking win. And
Darwin Núñez silencing his critics. He did a little shushing gesture. I think the criticism was, you don't score enough, pal. And his answer was, well, I've just scored, look. None of the previous lack of goals count anymore in his mind, which is just crackers. And if he's asking us to revise our opinion of him, then it might be, would you trust him with a sword? And it's a classic cutlass sword. I looked this up. I'm sure we all have this in our mind. It's one of those curvy swords with the kind of loopy handle.
I wouldn't trust him, but I would definitely have him in my army. I'd put him at the front, because the chaos that he would cause, he'd definitely be a lot of friendly fire. Sorry, I've got a peanut in my throat. I got one. Oh, God, I've not slept. Brentford 0. Aston Villa 1.
Well, I mean, who saw this one coming? And I think the answer to that would be about half saw this coming. I mean, Brentford, what can you say about them? They're sort of like a Bridget Jones movie, you know, pleasant enough to watch, but lacking bite. And I think ultimately, if they want to move to that next level where they probably feel they belong, then they need that menace. You know, they need a sort of Vinnie Jones character.
What are you talking about, Brentford? Or are you talking about Bridget Jones?
No, Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, which one?
Which? Oh no, I see. Right, no, both actually. Yeah, both. Hey, we should get him on here. You wouldn't bully him, would you?
I'd grab his balls from behind, give him a reach around. My hands stink. I don't know why. That's really horrible. Right. Chelsea 1. Leicester 0. Cole Palmer. Can you believe that he missed a spot kick? Penalty.
Yeah, Chelsea, a team less than the sum of its parts. And it was kind of typical of them to battle to an unconvincing win. Leicester, well, don't have much to say, except I've just wrote a little footnote down here. Ruud van Nistelrooy, why the long face?
Right, the thing is, I told you I wasn't going to be able to watch any of these games.
Yeah.
And if we're doing a podcast, then we've got to be able to say that we've seen it and then give some sort of, comment. You say
watch the last 10 minutes, pal.
You didn't watch it, did you, pal? Okay.
No offence, but if you didn't see any of it, and I've got my own little crises to deal with.
What? Yeah, we've all got crises. I've not slept for 3 fucking days. Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2. Okay.
Yeah, and it was our favourite 80s European anthropomorphic cartoon character who looked like he'd masterminded another famous victory. But Big Ange, grabbed his Spurs side with his, no doubt, chunky chip hands, and he got them pointing in the right direction. A bit like one of those weather vanes with the sort of animal on it where it rotates and it sort of sits on there, and it points in the direction that cockerel. That's it. I said, well, of course, Spurs. Yeah, that's brilliant. So can I do that line again? Because that really would have been a clever analogy.
I think, to be honest, you're taking up too much time in this one, because I'm just not sure that you believe what you're saying, and you've not watched any of it. Man United versus Arsenal. Now, hot news, breaking news, that has finished 1-1. Who saw that coming?
Well, it's the only place to start, isn't it? And I think what Manchester United have done is they've thumped a nail into the Arsenal stake. No, that's not how they say it, is it? But anyway, they've thumped that stake into the heart of Arsenal and said, "There's your title hopes gone." And there's only one team that's celebrating that right now, and that's Liverpool and Forest, because Forest have the opportunity now to overtake them, and it really is who's going to finish between 2nd and 10th, because they're all congested there. And
it's
Liverpool,
like a traffic jam trying to get onto the A27. Good luck. Yeah, right now I'm on all fours, because that's the only way that I feel like I can carry on. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last like this. I feel like I'm morphing into a lion, and I am aware of how mental that sounds. Well, it's been a cracking show. I'm sure everyone will agree with that. And that was the football from last weekend. Thanks for listening. Please do give us a like on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and any other place that it's on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
we do need a chat, because I don't think that drink is good for you. I'm not the only one that's saying that.